That was fast. Why do I like running these trains so fast? I'm totally breaking the rules of proper model railroading. I have a fun idea for this video. Welcome back, folks! Hope you're having a great week. Have you ever wondered what a model train would look like running at its top prototypical speed? You haven't? Just me? Well, that's disappointing. I guess I'm on my own. I was reading about trains the other night, because that's kind of what I do. And I was reading through specifications of some of my favorite train engines. Things like height, weight, tractive effort. And then I saw top speed. That piqued my interest. Let's pick out some engines and see what they look like running at their maximum operating speed. I really hope we don't crash anything tonight. Gotta prepare for anything.
Dad, Mom wants the pillows back.
Tell her to give me 10 minutes. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. I have made some major scenery changes since our last video. What am I doing? Ugh. These past 2 weeks have been packed with art and tears and stress and lots of Sculptamold. Goes on smooth. But the end result has given us some great scenes to use for the trains that we're going to run tonight. Any idea on what we should run? To the engine wall. I have selected 4 engines to use for this test. The first is my favorite engine of all time, the New York Central Dreyfus Hudson. If you told me I could only have one engine to run for the rest of my life, it would be this engine. Next up for our test is the Amtrak AEM7. When my wife was in graduate school, I rode the Amtrak Northeast Regional almost every other weekend to go see her, and it was pulled by none other than this AEM7. Keeping with our modern theme, we're going to look at some modern freight engines. In this case, I've picked a handful of modern CSX engines. I even threw a DPU in there. And the fourth engine for our test, the Union Pacific 4014 Big Boy. Seeing a machine of that size running at speed, there's nothing like it. If you're looking for trains like these, check out trains.com. That's trains with a Z. And make sure you use the code rbptrains at checkout for $10 off your next order of $50 or more. To test the prototypical speed, I'm going to use my MTH DCS remote. MTH is great because it lets you set the speed to the exact scale mile per hour. Pretty fascinating. The readout on the screen will show you increments in true 1/48th scale miles per hour. Now I know I have some Lionel engines in the mix tonight, so the way we're going to do those is I'll pace them with another MTH engine to make sure that I set my speed. And we'll go over what those speeds are going to be in just a minute. Let's kick things off with my favorite, the Dreyfus Hudson. Are you excited? I am. Like I said before, if I could only keep one engine, it would be this one. And probably the post-war 773. Too many Hudsons. This engine was rated at a top speed of 120 miles per hour. 120 miles per hour. You want to see what that looks like? I was crazy enough to try it. Check this out. 120 miles an hour. Do not try this at home, folks. Do not try this at home. Okay, maybe that's too fast. Let's dial it back to more of a prototypical speed, shall we? The 20th Century Limited, pulled by the Dreyfus Hudson, ran at an average speed of about 60 miles per hour, give or take. So we're going to set this train at 60 miles per hour, which is still fast by model railroading standards. Let's go. Amtrak AEM7 that I'm holding has never been run on this channel. So here we go. This is a great one to pick because we've done the Amtrak Acela several times. We haven't run this one yet, and this is one fast little engine. This train can buzz up the Northeast Corridor at 120 miles an hour. The AEM7 is also referred to as a toaster because it looks like a toaster. Toaster. That's a silly name. Ooh. Want to see what 120 miles an hour looks like on my layout? Modern freight. These are trains we see every day. Or maybe. I don't get to see a train every day. But hopefully a lot of you do. There's something fascinating about seeing a train moving at speed. Especially when you're sitting at a railroad crossing and it just comes rolling by. The engines I've picked are capable, in real life, of running at a top speed of 70 miles per hour. For the grand finale, how fast is the biggest engine in my collection? The Union Pacific 4014 Big Boy. The top speed of this massive machine is 80 miles per hour. That is fast, considering the size and weight of this engine. The Union Pacific Big Boy weighs over 1 million pounds. 1 million pounds. 1 million pounds moving at 80 miles per hour. 80 scale miles an hour. 4014. Let's not try that again. Thought I learned my lesson with the Hudson. I just can't help it. I like to push these trains to their limit. The average operating speed for the Union Pacific Big Boy is 50 miles an hour. So let's stick to that for the rest of this run session. had a lot of fun running these trains at speed. Leave me a comment. Which train did you like the best? What other trains do you want to see run? Did I get the speeds right? Should they have been faster, slower? I learn something every time I do one of these videos. As always, a huge thank you to all of my subscribers and everyone who's been supporting this channel. My name is Chris, and this is RBP Trains. We'll see you next time.